Holy cow. We are in Bologna, the food capital of Italy, and today we're going to walk through the top foods you need to try when you come to Bologna, Italy. Let's go.
Bologna is the culinary capital of Italy, and in addition to the city's iconic medieval architecture, Bologna is actually the birthplace of some of Italy's most famous dishes. So in this food tour, we're eating our way through Bologna and sharing some of the top foods you need to try when visiting Bologna, Italy. Our first stop on the food tour is taking us to a highly rated restaurant to try two of Bologna's most famous dishes.
So here we have one of the most famous dishes in all of Bologna. This is called the ragu. It's very similar to what you'd expect a bolognese sauce to be back in the States, but here they call it a ragu and it looks unbelievable. So instead of being served on spaghetti, it's actually served on these flat noodles, which we believe this restaurant has homemade flour egg noodles, and they look amazing. Courtney took the liberty of already pre-parmesaning this for me, so it looks beautiful, and hopefully it tastes as beautiful as it looks because it looks like a work of art. I'm gonna go in for my first bite here. Here goes nothing. Even just the smell smells amazing. Holy cow. That is just bursting with flavor. It's got a really nice tomatoiness to it without being overpowered by tomatoes, and you really do taste the meat in there. I think there's both beef and pork in there, and it gives us this really hearty flavor, and the noodles are so soft and tender. I gotta have another bite. That's amazing. And with the sprinkle of Parmesan on there, it might be my favorite pasta dish we've had on this Italian trip so far.
And I got another classic thing to get here in Bologna. This is lasagna, and specifically this is the vegetable lasagna. We've been having a lot of meat in Italy, so it's nice to have a little bit of vegetables, even if they're baked into pasta and cheese here. But I'm gonna go in for my first bite. Already I'm noticing a lot of vegetable layers. It actually looks like they're using zucchini here for the noodles, so let's see if that's true. I think it is zucchini noodles, which I wasn't expecting. And it's almost more creamy than cheesy too. They have a really nice creamy sauce in between each of the layers. That's really good. I don't think there's any pasta in here, which is actually pretty impressive for how intact it is. Going for one more bite here. Okay, there's also a chance to actually put vegetables in the dough for the pasta. I'm not really sure. I just know that it's green and it doesn't fully taste like normal pasta. It has that veggie flair to it. That's really good. Very unexpected.
Next on our food tour, we're partaking in a centuries-old Italian dining tradition called Apertivo. Originally invented by the ancient Romans and repopularized in the 1800s, the Apertivo culture is thriving in Bologna. For our Apertivo, we found a highly rated local spot in the heart of the city, Marcellino.
So we're at Marcellino right now, and we're about to have our first Bologna Aperitivo. Apparently it's pretty big that the locals will sit down after work and have a cocktail as well as some snacks. So I have here a limoncello spritz. This is a combination of club soda, limoncello, and Prosecco. It's supposed to be pretty light and refreshing, which is great because it's literally 99 degrees out. So I'm gonna dive in for a taste here. That's really good. I've had limoncello before, but never limoncello spritz. That's really light and refreshing, especially if you don't really have the taste for Aperol spritz. I know for some people it can be pretty off-putting. This is a pretty safe bet. You can definitely taste the Prosecco in there and just a hint of lemon, and they actually gave me a cute little dried lemon in there as well. So this is really nice.
So where Courtney went with the limoncello spritz, I went with the Aperol spritz. I think this is the more common of the two, and I'm laughing to myself because I keep thinking this is a straw and going in for a sip. We've had Aperol spritzes elsewhere in Italy, so I don't think this is Bologna specific, but they are really good, and they definitely are an iconic taste in Italy. So we're here right around 7 o'clock. This is called Apertivo. It's kind of like an Italian happy hour where there's drink specials and they start bringing out light food to you. So we sat down, they gave us some complimentary potato chips here, and our waiter told us there's probably going to be pizza and bread, and some places will have meats and cheeses that come out as well. So we'll see if those come out, but as of now, not a bad way to start the evening. Similar to Courtney's, it's very light. It's not very sweet at all, which is almost surprising because normally I think of Prosecco as being very sweet, but it is nice. It's cold and it's got that nice Aperol flavor. Not a bad spritz. So apparently it's not just the locals that know it's Aperitivo time. We got a little local pup who came out and joined us. We have no idea whose it is, but he's making his round looking for potato chips, bread, crumbs, or any spilled Aperol spritz. So he hasn't found any yet, but he's found tons of lovin'. I think someone knows what time it is.
Okay, so it's officially Apertivo hour. The clock struck 7 and the waiter immediately started bringing out plates of food to every table. So what we have here kind of looks like a take on pizza, just using bread. Looks like we just have bread with some sauce and some, what I think is mozzarella cheese. So I'm gonna go in. That cheese is absolutely amazing. So we didn't really understand how the aperitivo concept worked. We didn't know if we showed up to order and we just said we'd like an aperitivo, or if it was kind of like a happy hour generic term. It seems like it's kind of both, at least in the place that we went to. We just showed up and ordered drinks, and at 7 o'clock they brought out food to everybody. So I think it's kind of a generic term where at some restaurants where you sit down to order drinks, they're gonna bring out food. So this is such a fun little concept to partake in, and it's nice to unwind after the workday with some munchies. Really good. So we're leaving our aperitivo. That was actually a really affordable experience. We'd highly recommend this place. The waiters were really friendly, and our total only came out to €10, and that was for those 2 drinks we had. They gave us a bowl of chips and that little pizza, so pretty affordable, I'd say. Our next stop on the food tour takes us to one of Bologna's highest rated sweet spots in the city. This is located near the city's famous Basilica Santa Stefano. The ancient building comprised of 7 churches, which we'll be covering in our upcoming Top Things to Do in Bologna video. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Here we track down a classic Italian treat, gelato. All right, so I think this is the prettiest gelato we've had in Italy so far. They gave us a little cookie on the side as well as chocolate drizzled on top. This flavor came highly recommended to us. This is the Biscotto Della Nonna flavor, and then we also got coffee as our second flavor. And this was actually pretty reasonably priced too. I think it was €3.50 for a small cone with 2 flavors. I'm dripping already, so I'm gonna go in for the first bite. Wow, that is really good. And I'm so happy they drizzled chocolate on top too. I'm gonna get a top bite here with the Biscotto flavor. Oh my gosh. I actually think the chocolate is more of like a Nutella drizzle. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up with it. Yeah, the Biscotto flavor is amazing. It almost has like cookie crumbles within it. That is so good. And we're definitely gonna have to eat this fast, so signing off.
And I know some people probably think it's disgusting to share ice cream cones, but so what? Having tried Courtney's cone, I think this might be the best gelato we've had in Italy so far.
Yeah, we knew coming into Bologna that this was a foodie city, but that's truly the case. We've been so impressed with every single meal we've had so far. It's so good.
Our next stop on the food tour is taking us to Bologna's famous Mercato di Mezzo. This has been a public market since the Middle Ages and is still an amazing spot to sample some of the iconic dishes Bologna is famous for. We grabbed a seat on the top floor to try a handheld Italian delicacy.
We're currently in the Mercato di Mezzo, and we got ourselves an Italian classic. This is a pizza fritta. This is essentially a fried pizza instead of being traditionally baked. It does seem like this style originated in Naples, but we're excited to try this Bolognese take on it. So I'm gonna dive right in, and hopefully I don't get pizza burn, because this essentially looks like a big hot pocket. So I pretty much only got crust on that bite, but man, is that good. It still maintained like the chewiness of the dough that you typically get with pizza crust, but it has the deliciousness of being deep fried on the crust. So that's really good. Let's see if I find any fillings in here. Still dough, but still delicious.
So I took a couple bites myself and felt inspired to turn the camera around. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, or even okay to say in Italy, but it tastes like Chuck E. Cheese pizza, or as Courtney said, Pizza Hut pizza, just that classic mozzarella taste. So I don't know if that's saying Chuck E. Cheese and Pizza Hut are really good, or if this is on that level, but I think it's really good.
So those are some of our favorite foods that we tried in Bologna. If you could, please like this video and be sure to subscribe to see our upcoming Bologna travel guide, as well as our other videos from Italy, Europe, and all over the world. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao!
Before you click away, consider supporting our Amazon store. Courtney designed these packing cubes from scratch to make packing for days of the week super easy. We have a small size, which is great for summer clothes, and a large size that can fit just about everything under the sun. Your support means the world to us and Zeppi. See you, Zeppi.